Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I am so pleased to welcome all of you from Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We're here to support your growth in this amazing industry. Now let's dive right in. Have you ever wondered why some truly fantastic hotels, the ones with great rooms and incredible service, still struggle to get noticed? Well, it often comes down to one absolutely crucial thing: their value proposition. In this explainer, we're going to break down what that really means and how getting it right can be the key to any hotel's success.
So, here's our roadmap. First up, we'll get straight to the heart of it. What is a value prop, really? Then, and this is important, we'll explore why it all starts with the guest, not your list of amenities. After that, we'll get practical and look at how to actually write a powerful one. We'll also cover how to bring it to life in a hotel's day-to-day operations. And finally, we'll see what this all leads to: building a brand that people truly remember and trust. All right, let's start with the basics. Section 1. What exactly is a value proposition? You can really think of it as the strategic heart of any successful hotel. It's the core promise you make to every single guest who walks through your doors.
To put it simply, your value proposition is your hotel's core promise. And listen, it's so much more than just a catchy slogan. It's the clear, compelling answer to the single most important question a potential guest is asking themselves. Why should I book this hotel over all the others? It's the summary of everything that makes you unique, desirable, and the absolute best choice for them.
And this really gets to the heart of a huge problem in our industry. The answer, almost always, comes down to a weak or, just an unclear value proposition. Without a strong one, even a truly great hotel just can't attract the right guests. It can't effectively show off its strengths or even justify its prices. A clear, powerful promise is what cuts through all that market noise.
Okay, let's move on. Now here's a very common trap that so many hotels fall into. They get caught up thinking their value is just a list of their amenities. But to build a really powerful promise, you have to make a critical shift in your focus, away from the hotel's features and onto the guest's feelings.
Just look at this distinction here. It's so important. Guests aren't really buying a bed, are they? They're buying a restorative night's sleep. They don't just book a meeting room, they're looking for a totally seamless, productive business experience. And they aren't just looking for free Wi-Fi. They want to feel connected. See the difference? Ultimately, guests choose a hotel based on what it means to them, the feeling it gives them, not just a dry checklist of facilities.
So, the big question is, how do you actually make that shift? Well, it really boils down to answering these three core questions with absolute clarity. Number 1, who, specifically, do you serve? 2, what unique experience do you offer them? And 3, and this is the most important one, why does it matter to them? If you can nail these three, believe me, you're well on your way.
All right, so with that foundational idea in place, let's get practical. How do you actually go about crafting this promise? This is the fun part. It's where we turn all that deep understanding of our guest into a simple, compelling statement.
The process really follows 4 key steps. First, you've got to define your target guest. Know exactly who you're talking to. Second, identify your unique strengths. What truly makes your hotel special? Third, and this part is absolutely crucial, you have to align those strengths with what your guest actually values. And finally, step 4, write it all down using simple, authentic language. And please, whatever you do, avoid those generic claims like "we offer the best service." They're totally meaningless without proof, right?
Okay, let's look at a perfect example of this in action. This one just nails every single step. It clearly identifies the who: business travelers who demand efficiency. It details the what: seamless check-in, high-speed connectivity, peaceful spaces. And it absolutely shows why it matters by speaking directly to their need to be productive. Now that is a promise that's not only appealing, but it's also something the hotel can realistically deliver on, day in and day out.
Okay, this next part is so important. A great value proposition cannot just live on a marketing brochure or a website. For it to be real, for it to mean anything, it has to become part of your hotel's operational DNA. It needs to guide every single decision and every single guest interaction.
Internally, think of your proposition as your North Star. It's what ensures that every department, from the front desk to housekeeping to F&B, is working towards the exact same goal. Let's say your promise is all about sustainability. Well, that means housekeeping, the restaurant, even engineering. They all need to have sustainability built right into their daily work. It's this alignment, this consistency, that builds the kind of trust and authenticity that guests can actually feel.
And of course, externally, that same promise becomes the single unifying message for your entire marketing and commercial strategy. We're talking everything from your website and advertising to your social media content to your email campaigns and sales proposals. The story has to stay consistent everywhere, and that consistency is what creates a clear, powerful, and memorable impression in a guest's mind.
So, after all this strategic work, what's the ultimate result? What's the big payoff? Well, you create something far more valuable than just a hotel with rooms to sell. You build a lasting brand, a brand that's powered by a promise that you consistently, and I mean consistently, keep.
So let's wrap this up with a key takeaway. A compelling value proposition. It's not a nice-to-have or some corporate luxury. It's an absolute competitive requirement in today's market. It's what differentiates you, what strengthens your marketing, what inspires your teams, and what ultimately drives that deep, long-term guest loyalty that keeps a hotel thriving for years and years to come. Because at the end of the day, it's really that simple. Your proposition is your promise. And the best hotels in the world, the ones with enduring brands, they don't just craft a beautiful promise. They build their entire operation, every system, every process around keeping it. So the only question left for you is, are you ready to keep yours?